Hello, kindergarten scholars. It's me, Miss Crawford, back with you guys again for some more forces and motion science exploration. And today I want to talk about friction. Can you say that word with me? Friction. Friction is when there's a force that's pushing against your object. Now, hold on. I want you to take your hands. I want you to rub them together. Rub them. Rub them. Rub them. Faster. Faster. What do you notice happening? Do you feel that on our hands? What do you feel? Yeah, our hands are getting really warm. And our hands are getting warm because of friction. Our skin on our hands, it's rubbing against each other, and there is an invisible, well, it's not invisible, but there's a force pulling against another force. Your skin is rubbing up against your skin, and it's creating friction. And that makes your hands warm. Friction can make things go slow. If there's a lot of force pushing against something, it's gonna go a lot slower. Friction, if there's not a lot of friction, it can make something go a little fast. So today, I have this awesome setup, thanks to Mrs. Olette, to investigate how friction changes how something moves. So I have this vehicle here. It doesn't have any wheels. And I'm gonna try to push it down, or just, yeah, I'm gonna try to push it down these ramps. However, I've added some materials to create some friction. So on this side, I have a piece of sandpaper. Sandpaper is really rough. On this side, I have this piece of plastic. This plastic is super smooth. Now, I want you to make a prediction. Which ramp do you think is going to be easier for the car to go down? Do you think the really rough side, do you think it's gonna be easier to go down the sandpaper? Can you hear that? Super rough. Or do you think it's gonna be easier to go down the plastic red slide? Can you hear that? I don't hear anything. All right, make that prediction in your head. Which one do you think will be easier for the car to go down? All right, you ready? I'm gonna try and push this car down both ramps. Let's try the sandpaper side first. Right, ready? What happened? Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Why do you think it's not going anywhere? Yeah, the sandpaper's stopping it. Why do you think the sandpaper's stopping the car from going? Take a look at the sandpaper. Take a look. Super bumpy. Do you see all those grains? All right, now let's try the red plastic slide. See how our car does. You ready? I'm gonna give it a push. And what happened there? Yeah, the car went down really easily. Why do you think the car went down easily on the red side, but it didn't really go down at all on the sandpaper side? Say you're thinking out loud. Why do you think it was easier on the red plastic side? It's smoother. There's not a lot of force pushing back on the car. The sandpaper has a lot of force pushing back on the car with all that rough bumpiness. It has more friction on this side. Let's try one more setup. Let's get rid of the sandpaper. Let's try this blue soft fabric. Here, I'll show you. Wow. This blue soft fabric, kind of like a hoodie or a sweatshirt or a blanket. Okay, put that on this side, the blue blanket side. And then on this side, we're gonna use, this is just a piece of paper. Ugh. See, it's cardstock, so it's thick paper. Now let's see, what side, we gotta make our prediction. What side do you think it's gonna be easier for our car to go down? This side with the paper or this side with the blanket? Make your prediction out loud. Okay, ready? Let's see if you are right. Let's try the white paper side first. Ready? Give it a push. Oh, there's a bump. Huh. How did it go? Yep, it went down. Fast or slow? Yeah, kind of slow. Why do you think it was a little bit slow? It went really fast down that red one, right? Why do you think it's a little slow? Ooh, slower on here. Yep, absolutely, there was that bump. Do you think a lot of friction or a little bit of friction? A lot of friction or a little bit of friction on this paper? Yeah, a little bit of friction. That force pushing back. Let's try it on the blue blanket side. Ready for my push? Uh-oh. Is it going anywhere? Yeah. Staying put, just like when we tried with the sandpaper. Why do you think this car is staying put? Yeah, that fuzziness, the fuzziness of the blanket is causing or creating friction. It's pushing back against the bottom of the car so it doesn't slide down super easy. All right, now here's what I want you guys to do. Now, if you have a setup like this and you can try pushing your car down different materials, that's awesome. I only have this because I'm at school. So here's what we can do. We can find a toy and we can try to move it in different areas of our house. Try and move your toy. Make sure it's flat on the bottom. Try and move your toy on carpet. Is it easier to move it on the carpet or find a flat, smooth surface in your house? Maybe you have tile or maybe you have a wood floor. Try and push or pull your toy across that surface. What's easier? Is it easier to push or pull your toy on the carpet? Or is it easier to push or pull your toy on a smooth floor? I want you to tell me why you think that. Remember that word friction that we talked about at the beginning? What has more friction? The carpet or your smooth floor? All right, my friends, I can't wait to see what you figure out and investigate with friction and forces. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.